we will do frequent stirring here. I wanted to just show you very quickly our batonnage here. This is what we use to stir the Chardonnays. So generally when you're doing batonnage, you go for about 24 to 32 strokes. So this would be considered 1 stroke, 2 stroke, 3 stroke, 4 stroke, 5 stroke, 6 stroke, 7, 8, 9, and on and on. You're really just stirring up the leaves. You can see some of the leaves there at the bottom here. As is the case in white Burgundy with surly aging. A lot of the Chardonnay flavors and textures are derived when the yeast start breaking down sometime in anywhere from late March through till early May. At that time we do very frequent stirs to try again coax more flavor and textures, and that's called batonnage in France. So we will take our reserve lots, and just like I'm doing now, we will stir them twice a week for about 6 to 8 weeks consecutively in order to derive some of this richness at that time. It's really the magical time in Chardonnay's evolution to really do the surly and to really get impact from the lees itself. And then at that time, after that, we decide whether we want to go for an August bottling, or in some cases maybe an after harvest, a November bottling. Again, I think that's really dependent on the vintage, and if I'm making a bigger, richer wine from a riper vintage as opposed to a more delicate, more finesse one from a vintage such as the 06 Carnero Chardonnay. We did bottle the 06 Carnero Chardonnay in late August because, again, I wanted just an 8.5 month surly aging profile to that wine. This wine, I think, is really very much maybe a postmodern example of Chardonnay making in California, where we have some of the traditional flavors that you would get in style approach to a white Burgundy.